Let's see who's hiding in the castle, shall we? Oh dear. What a pity. Somebody's trying to sleep over here, everyone. Shh, shh, shh. Oh dear. Oh dear, he's having us more of bother, you see. He's so cold, he's got icicles growing out of his nostrils. Still, who cares about him? Certainly not me, and I think I've earned a little rest myself, down here in this delightful garden. Lord Hale, Mr. Frost, the North Wind and Lady Snow loved the Giant's Garden. They loved it so much, they decided to move in and make it their home. And as the winter dragged on and on and on, the poor giant in his castle grew colder and colder and colder, and more miserable by the day. But the spring just would not come to the Giant's Garden, nor would the summer. The autumn gave golden fruit to every single garden in the kingdom. To the Giant's Garden, she gave none at all. He is far too selfish, she would say. So it was always winter, all year round. And Lady Snow, all of her friends, would dance about through the trees with glee. One morning, the giant was lying awake in bed when he heard some lovely music. When Lady Snow heard the little bird singing so sweetly in the giant's garden, she knew it was time to be flying off somewhere else. She knew it was time to be flying off somewhere far, far colder. Time to go. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Come on, North Wind. North Wind, it's getting far too warm for this here now. North Wind. North Wind. North Wind. Toodle pip, everyone. The little bird had appeared at that very moment, because the children had found a way back into the giant's garden. Yippee! We go back into the giant's garden! I'm going to climb into the giant's tree! Hey, Daisy! Daisy, can have a look? I'm climbing into the giant's tree, Daisy! I want to climb the giant's tree as well! Hey, Billy, look! Rosie climbed in the giant's tree. I want to climb right to the very top of the giant's tree. Whoops. Come on, Billy. Well, the children had brought the spring back with them. But the old apple tree thought it was still winter. She thought it was still winter because beneath her branches stood a little boy. Climb up, little boy. Climb up. No matter how hard that little boy tried, he couldn't quite reach the branches of the apple tree. He was just too small. And he was so upset at not being able to climb in the trees like all the other children, he sat down in the grass and he began to cry. And he cried, and he cried, and he cried. Now, at the sound of spring arriving in his garden after such a long absence, the giant was overjoyed. He leapt out of bed with excitement. Oh, yes. Oh, look, everybody. The spring has arrived at last. But when the giant saw the little boy crying beneath the apple tree, something quite extraordinary happened. The giant wasn't angry with the little boy as you might think he would be. Indeed, quite the opposite. The giant's heart melted. Oh, oh no. How selfish I have been. Now I understand why the spring would not come to my garden. I will place that little boy there at the top of the old apple tree, and I will knock down this horrible wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever. As quietly as he could, the giant crept down the stairs of the castle and into the garden, but he was no good. The children all saw him coming, and they were so terrified he would shout at them again. They all ran away, and as they did, the tree turned back to Windsor once more. Quickly, 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 come on, let's get out of here, the giant's coming. Oh, no, run for it, run for it. Oh, come on, little boy, don't stay there, the giant will get you. The giant will get you, little boy.
The giant's in the sky.
But the little boy didn't run away. He didn't run away because his eyes were so full of tears he didn't see the giant. He was crying so much he didn't hear him either. As carefully as he could, with his huge hand, the giant picked the little boy up and he placed him at the very top of the old apple tree.
That's great.
The little boy was overjoyed at being placed in the trees like all the other children, and he was so grateful to the giant for placing him there. Do you know what the little boy did to thank the giant?
Thank you very much.
So he stood up on top of the tree, and he jumped down onto the giant's shoulder, and he leaned up, and he gave the giant a great big kiss on the end of his giant nose. And as the little boy kissed the giant, the apple tree finally realized that spring had returned, and to celebrate, she burst into blossom. Now, all the time that this had been going on, the other children had been hiding out of sight. But when they saw the little boy kiss the giant, they knew there was nothing to be afraid of, so they all came back. Excuse me, Mr. Giant, is it all right if we play in your garden? We'll be very good. We promise we won't break anything. Oh, Rosie, I would be honoured if you were to come and play in my garden. Isn't that lovely news, everybody? Look, Rosie's come to play. But we played in your garden before and you didn't like it then and you shouted at me. Didn't he, everyone?
Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, it is true. What a mean old giant I was. Well, I promise, Daisy, I will never shout at you again. Not as long as I live, nor anyone else for that matter. Now, you go and play in my garden and don't you worry about a thing. And can I play in your garden as well, please, Mr. Giant?
Yes, please.
Of course you can, Billy. You can all play in my garden now. You and all of your friends and all of their friends as well. But first, there is something very, very important I have to do. Now, it shouldn't take too long at all. Where did I put that sledgehammer of mine? So the giant knocked down the wall he had built all that time earlier to keep the children out. For now, he wanted the children to play in his garden whenever they wanted to. Well, all day long the children played in the giant's garden until one by one they knew it was time to be going home.
I'd better be going now, Rosie and Billy. It's getting late. Thank you, Mr. Giant. It's been a lovely day.
Lovely day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Daisy. Thank you for coming to play today.
Goodbye, Daisy.
I'd better go now as well, Rosie.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye, Billy. Don't forget to come back again, will you?
Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Joint. It's been a wonderful day.
It's been a wonderful day.
Yes, it has been fun. But where is your little friend, Rosie? The little boy I placed in the apple tree.
I don't know,
No,
Mr.
no.
Joint.
I don't know.
I expect he's gone home already.
Oh, done one.
Yes, I expect you're right.
Done one.
I wonder, Rosie, could you do me a favour, please?
Of course, Mr. Joint.
I wonder if you could ask the little boy to come back tomorrow. You see, I'd like to see him again.
No, I'm very sorry I can't do that. You see, I've never seen that little boy before today, and I'm afraid I don't know where he lives. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, Rosie.
Bye, Rosie.
Oh, no. Now I may never see that little boy again.
Oh, Rosie.
Oh, dear.
Rosie.
From that day on, when the children walked home from school, they would always go and play in the giant's garden. But the little boy whom that giant loved, the little boy he'd placed so carefully at the top of the apple tree, he was never ever seen again. The giant was very kind to all of the children who came to play in his garden, but how he longed for his first little friend. And that little boy who had kissed him on the end of the nose. And he was always talking about him. He'd say, "How I wish I could see him again. Just once more." The years turned over. The seasons changed. Over and over they changed. And as the seasons changed, little babies were born all over the world. Wars were fought in distant lands. And all the time, the giant was growing older. Older and older still. And as the giant grew older, he lost all of the hair from the top of his head. His beard turned from brown to grey. And with each passing day, he grew more and more feeble. One winter's morning, the old giant was enjoying his garden.
Looks like Chris.
That's how we're starting. That's right. Giant in the sky.
everyone. Look at this beautiful winter garden.
Beautiful giant in the sky.
I have grown to love the winter now. You see, I know it is merely the spring asleep. And the flowers, well, it's all right, everyone.
That's all right.
The flowers
All right.
are only resting. As the giant enjoyed his winter garden, he looked in awe at the wonderful sight that appeared before him.
Oh, it's great.
You have come back to me. How happy I am to see you again. You must come and play in my garden every day from now on.
No, I cannot do that. So kindly let me play in your garden once. Today, you can come and play in my garden. My garden is paradise.
And that afternoon, when the children came to play in the giant's garden, they found him lying dead beneath the old apple tree. He was all covered
Raisin daisies.
in little white blossoms.
Fantastic. Giant. Giants in the sky. Okay.